I was going to actually do this as like a get ready with me, and then I realized it's reading week, and that's why I'm like reading in bed. And so I'm probably going to go to the gym later, so there's no point doing the getting ready. I've done the main getting ready, but like, this is my face. This is what my face normally looks like. So, hello, friends. It's reading week. That means I have been at uni for 5 weeks so far. My original plan, as you probably know, was to vlog every week. I did the first one and sort of started editing it together. And then I realized that they were all going to be exactly the same. They were going to be, hello, I'm going to class. Hello, I'm going to the library. Hi, I'm going to sit here and read. Because literally, that is what I do. So I wanted to just take this kind of very brief opportunity to check in about how uni is going and what I've been doing and what my subjects are and all of that sort of stuff. So, my degree is an MSc in Violence, Conflict and Development, and I'm doing it at SOAS, which is the University of London College. And I take 4 subjects this term, and one of them will swap out for a different subject next term. So at the moment I take as full year modules. My core module is the political economy of violence, conflict and development. My second core module is anthropology of development, and I take a full year history course called Iran, History, Society and Politics, or History, Politics and Culture, or something like that. You get the general gist. And that kind of covers everything immediately pre-revolution to modern stuff, recent stuff. At the moment, we're kind of going through like this chronological survey, I suppose, with like brief thematic digressions into things like the Supreme Leader and, that sort of thing. And the Iran-Iraq War, that kind of thing. And the next term will be much more thematic, looking at things like media culture and things like that. And then I also take a half-year module called Civil Society, Social Movements and Development, or Civil Society, Social Movements and the Process of Development, I think. And next term, I'll be swapping that for a module called Problems of Development in the Middle East and North Africa. So I'm actually really looking forward to that second term module. I submitted my first assignment yesterday, although it's not due until Friday. And that was for civil society, and it was an article review. I have another assignment due on Friday for anthropology of development, which is a book review. I am reviewing Dawn Chatty's book, Syria, The Making and Unmaking of a Refugee State. So I'm about 2/3 of the way through that. I'm going to finish reading that today and write up my review tomorrow. It's only 1,000 words, so I feel pretty good about that. How's it going? Really well. I'm really enjoying it. I am struggling being back on this side of the classroom. I am particularly struggling with that in some modules more than others because the teaching methods are... Because I feel like I was quite a progressive, pedagogically minded teacher. And I feel like I have some lecturers who don't necessarily subscribe to the same kinds of pedagogic theories and models that I do, which is fine. This is not like in this circumstance, it's not a right or wrong sort of thing. It's just different. And I'm just kind of coming to terms with that difference and sort of really trying to engage in the teaching that I'm getting as a student on the terms of being a student. So there's that. I think my favourite class is Political Economy of Violence, Conflict and Development. That's my core module. But as with many of my classes, it's actually really tough. That one in particular, because the things that we read and discuss are heavy. It's a heavy subject. So, we've done a week on genocide. We've done a week on violence against women and girls. We've done theories of violence. Like, it's not easy. So in addition to those 4 classes, I'm also auditing 2 classes, Gender and Development and Practice of Development. Gender and Development is pretty self-explanatory. Practice of Development I wanted to audit rather than take as an assessed class, because I don't really know exactly what I want to do after this year is over. My tendency is to think about remaining in academia, just with this sort of shifted focus. Originally, as I've talked about, my plan was to sort of go into like a development heritage area, but actually the more and more I get into the work that I'm doing, the less interested in that I am, or maybe the more interested in other things I am. So I wanted to take this class, which is a very practical sort of like looking at things like log frames and development processes and sort of all of the more technical kind of development project related stuff. So that's been really interesting. Actually, I really like the lecturer for that too. I think she's amazing, and I just want to go and sit in her office and tell her how much I love her. Which is like such a strange thing. So I don't really know what next is going to look like. I'm kind of playing with a couple of ideas related to maybe doing an MRes PhD. There's one program that I would really like to do. But I also I have a PhD. I'm not sure I need another PhD. I think doing another PhD is perhaps redundant unless I am going to be learning significantly different research techniques. My other theory about doing a PhD rather than going on and straight doing a postdoc is that I don't have a strong enough idea for a postdoc at this point in time. I have quite a strong idea, I think, for a PhD. I've already started doing loads of dissertation reading. I'm pretty sure I know what I want to write for my dissertation. That's for my master's dissertation, and then move on to move that project into a larger project. But I don't know. If you've done 2 PhDs, please tell me, because it is something that if I could, this is the other thing, of course, that doing another PhD is a financial burden. And doing a postdoc is a job, but will I get a postdoc? I don't know. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. This video, I think, has gone on long enough already. I just wanted to kind of check in because I know I said I was going to do weekly vlogs and I haven't been doing weekly vlogs, and I wanted to tell you why and tell you what was going on. My next lot of videos are going to be much more assignment based. So I'm going to film one this afternoon on what peer review is, not from the perspective of like people whose work is undergoing peer review, but why it's important for undergraduate and taught postgraduate students to understand what peer review is and things like that. So if there's anything like that, assignment related, reading, referencing, writing, I'm going to do a video on the tech that I've been using because I've completely overhauled my note-taking system and all of that. So that will all be coming up. And I will try and do these kind of check-in videos every so often. So if you have questions about my course, about what I'm doing, if you want to read my fortune and tell me what I should do next, please get in touch. I would love to hear from you. And if you like this video, like, if you are not already, please subscribe, click the bell, all of that stuff. I always feel so naff saying all of that.